Everyone out there, how you guys doing today? So, like, if you've been following my story, I put part 3 up today. Part 2, I get into a little bit about Twilight and the problems it caused me. But, the greatest thing is to know you're not alone in this world. Like, I had a love-hate relationship with these Twilight books. And it ruined a lot of friendships and stuff. It was bad because I stood my grounds on my opinions. I'm glad I did because, like I said, okay, so I'm not a licensed therapist. I am a psychologist in training. And, because no, I haven't got my licensing. Life and money has stood in the way of me getting my licensing. I wish I could get it. But anyways, I like it when I get to see, I just recently found out about cinema therapy in this last week. YouTube algorithm, sometimes they do throw you great stuff. And, I watched them and I liked them, and I saw their Twilight videos and everything, and I've watched these guys, a lot of their videos over and over again. And like I said in my first intro video when I came back a couple weeks ago, I said, hey, look, I am not a licensed therapist, so I am not a counselor. I am someone to talk to. I'm someone that wants to share your story. I have my story. I want to share your story. And, but I like I said, if you want counseling, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad thing. There's ways to find counselors, and by watching these guys, I found out that Jono here has a Mended Light, his own counseling online, and I would highly recommend. No, this video is not sponsored by them, but I'm gonna throw them guys a bone and say, you know, I kind of feel like I've gotten to know these guys a little bit through all their videos I've watched of all their different opinions and stuff. And I just love especially their opinions on Twilight. I mostly 100% agree. I do have tiny bit, I think, a difference of what they say on some scenes, but not all, not a lot, often a lot. I'm like, you guys are everything I've always been saying about Twilight. Just nobody listens to me. I don't know if it's because I'm not licensed or whatever. People just around me, like, probably it's just because I'm mostly around my family and stuff. They you know, and my opinion's harsh. They're buzz, okay? They're buzzing on Twilight, and I'm harsh in their buzz, okay? So I'm here to harsh buzz more because, harsh your buzz on Twilight more because here we go. I'll watch a little bit of, you know, just the beginning of this video. Go watch their whole Twilight series, everything they do on Marvel, love it. Everything they do on other, they don't just do Marvel and Twilight, they do a little bit of everything. Just love, love, love it. So here we go. Let's watch some of what they gotta say.
King Dawn. I thought it was insane.
Sure, yeah.
I thought it was wild.
It was insane
and it
wild.
feels a little ripped. It's like supernatural Jerry Springer.
Right, yeah.
But I wasn't bored. I think you were bored. I think
You get to watch me suffer, because the filmmaking is still hot, steamy garbage.
Yay!
Yay!
Let's do this.
Let's go. Do this, man.
We do get to at least have some fun horror.
Horror,
I like
see, they
this
said it,
dream
horror.
wedding that Bella has.
With the red coming down as foreshadowing. Like there's actually filmmaking going on.
There's some filmmaking going on. It's obvious and a
It is
little.
red.
Look at that
hackneyed.
smile. Okay, I want you to look in her dream. Look at that smile on her face. Look at how she looks at Edward. Bright eyes,
like
smile.
jaundiced
Her
yellow
eyes are
eyes to
smiling.
say I love you.
Her
Honestly,
mouth
dream dress is better
smiling,
than real
okay?
world dress.
She's smiling.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Volturia here. Michael Sheen's here, which is always a plus.
Always. If you can have Michael Sheen, definitely have Michael Sheen.
Yes, definitely have him.
He's like, hey, you've got red on you. He's all smiling.
Yeah.
But I got you. But like, this is like, It's the Red Wedding!
Oh, that's
The Red Wedding before the Red Wedding, Red
Did you
Wedding.
guys do a video on Red Wedding? If you did, I want to see it.
Okay.
I want to see your videos on Game of
You know what I
Thrones.
love, like, right out of the gate? Is that Jake gets an invite to this wedding.
Uh-huh.
And what I want to know
That's
is
horrible.
who sent him the invite. Because if it was Bella...
Yeah, Bella wasn't going to do it.
Well, if it was Bella, ouch. And if it was Edward...
Double out.
I
That's
should double out
hilarious.
Such a
at the same
flex.
time as
It's
him.
like,
I
hey,
was
buddy,
like, yeah,
I
we're
won.
in sync there,
It's a
man.
pretty solid burn. Okay, so I'm
Very
watching this,
solid burn.
and I'm watching this Red Wedding scene, and it's, dare I say it, kind of good.
Honestly, I don't have real quibbles with it. Like, that was all right. I mean, like, look, cold feet, nightmares or whatever. It's a stressful occasion, sure, fine. If your dream
I couldn't
is
sleep the night before my wedding.
my fiance murdered everyone I know and love
And he seems happy about it.
and is happy about it,
Well, that's the thing, is like he comes to a room the night before the wedding, before he's about to go out and have his bachelor party, which I think they're gonna go.
you're gonna go hunt mountain lions
They're
or
gonna
something.
go hunt mountain lions and read Tennyson or something. Apparently, you know, whatever these guys do.
Whatever.
But like, he comes in and he is like, night before the wedding. Oh, by the way, I need to confess something. And his confession is that he was Dexter.
Yeah.
His confession is that he went around.
I used to murder serial killers.
I used to murder
for fun.
serial killers and rapists. I used to murder them, and she's completely nonplussed by this.
She's like, yeah, whatever.
It's just like True Lies.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yeah, but they were all bad.
So Edward tells
Yes, I
her
think
that
you're
he
right.
killed a bunch of people, and she's not worried about it. She's like, "Hey, no big deal," but subconsciously, at least on some level, Bella's like, "This is kind of a big deal."
Yeah, which I guess that's an improvement in the storytelling, is that there's a subconscious level instead of just words on a page.
Bella's been watching our episodes. We've been telling her that this guy is bad news, and at least subconsciously, it's starting to come to the surface.
It's starting to sink in.
About
So that's
time.
not the real wedding.
That is not the real
Finn.
wedding. I don't know how much of the real wedding I threw in here because, it's interminable. Splitting this book into 2 movies is maybe the most egregious cash grab in film studio history. I'm looking at you, The Hobbit, and there's not enough in this for one
Harry
movie, really.
Potter
No, but
started
what we
it,
have is so
and then Hunger
bonkers
Games
that
did it,
had it been
and then
trimmed down to
everybody
one
else
movie,
did
it
it.
actually could have been like, this is awful, but I'm not bored.
Yeah, there's maybe some Fast and Furious like energy.
Camp level of enjoyment here.
Dad, what's going on?
The only thing good about them
That is
splitting it
gotta
into
go to
2 movies was you have Bella as a human, turns a vampire.
But look,
into
here's the thing
movie,
that I will say about this
starts
film. So
the next
she's
movie
nervous about
as
it
the
now.
next
Pretend you
chapter
haven't
is
seen any of
vampire.
the other movies. She's nervous. She's unstable.
Instead of
She
doing
does
it
not
all
sure
in
if she
one,
wants to.
you know?
Getting married is scary for her. She's got the jitters, and then she looks up, and she sees him.
Where's the smile? Where's the glow in her eyes?
And if I hadn't seen the movies before this, I would think this is a well-directed, beautiful, romantic moment. Like
I don't think
now
it's
she's
romantic.
stable, she's steady because she sees him
I
and
think
he is her
she's
rock.
looking
Like
at
if I didn't
Edward
know that he was a
and saying
controlling
eyes on
abuser,
the prize. Okay, get
'Cause watching
ready.
it, knowing that-
I'm still not getting
You
enough
gotta
out of her
go
performance on this.
Off with Edward.
Okay.
Have
No,
your
not her performance, but like the
honeymoon,
direction of it, like
The
and
direction's
then be a
fine.
vampire.
Sure. It's
in
really
the
quite lovely
dream,
the way it's shot too. Like,
It's
She was
beautifully shot.
glowing.
the set decoration, everybody's
Look at her.
wardrobe, it's quite nice.
She doesn't want to do this.
The score is whatever.
She doesn't
the score
wanna
in
do
all
this.
4 of these movies, 5, all
But-
5 of these movies is kind
There
of.
are 5.
Look how
Once
she
again, the end of
Feels like
Shawshank
eight.
Redemption.
Charlie, like, she's
How many yards did
guilty.
he have
She
to crawl
knows
through? Because triple that, and
that
that's
she's
our
doing
experience.
something that's going to take her away from Charlie.
Now, I do like in this, there's a moment right
It's
after
gonna
this,
change
and
her
Alan and
life,
I may
but
diverge on this. I had a
she's
unique
selfish.
experience watching this because I'm thinking for the first time the actors are allowed, especially Edward, Robert Pattinson is allowed some warmth. He's allowed some humanity.
Mm-hmm.
He's not being directed apparently to just be like an emotionless plank of wood.
Sure.
Like, and then I look at the direction and I look at the acting, and so much of it is competent and sometimes even good, but the source material is still rubbish.
It's so bad.
And so it's like you got a
Colin, please
turd,
stop.
but you got the world's best turd polish, and you.
I wouldn't say the world's best turd polish. You put some
Changing
turd
the camera
polish on
view.
there. It's definitely been polished.
I think it's a great moment when they have their kiss as husband and wife, and the camera pans around.
camera goes around and the audience is gone.
And the chairs are all
Not-
empty.
Yeah.
But
And
that
the
was
idea
like the
that
second
in
kiss,
that
like the
moment it's
first
just
one
the
was
two
kinda
of them
like,
there. I think in a different film and with a romance I believed in.
Exactly. It's a beautiful scene, well shot. that
And it's an awesome
made
idea.
me angry in this movie because I'm like, they didn't earn that.
But see,
Shut
that's
up,
the
movie.
thing.
Yeah, throw that in a Gilmore Girls episode or something.
Yes,
didn't want to get
please
married
let
in front
Rory
of a
get
bunch
married
of
that
people
way. To
and
I
have a
don't know
big
which
wedding.
one.
She
I don't
did.
have an opinion on Rory's love life. I do on Lorelai's though.
I love
Colin,
when
please
men say
stop.
that to me.
I'd like to propose a toast to my new sister. Bella, I hope you've gotten enough sleep these last 18 years, because you won't be
Weddings
getting
are
any
all
more for a
about
while.
You know
Oh
what?
my gosh! That's so awkward. I have to give credit where it's due. That was funny as hell, and it's like super awkward for everyone there. The dad's taking a drink, like the joke is just like I'm watching this and I feel like I'm watching a competent. I just got a tiny glimpse of something that I might enjoy, and it doesn't last.
Oh,
To
and
meet
by the
someone-
way,
Do you give a toast at your own wedding?
I subscribe
Did you give
to
a toast
these
at your
guys
wedding? I didn't give a toast at my wedding.
on their actual website, and I got the extended
waiting-
director's cut version of
But
this.
we really need to hear whatever
And they
Gribble he
show
has to
more
say.
people giving toast at the
To get
wedding.
beyond what I am.
And so they gave me that. I don't know why they gave me Twilight, but that
Bella.
was funny that they did. They gave me Twilight as a gift,
like I
the
can
director's
finally
cut,
begin.
for signing up on their actual
He's not
website.
wearing a tie anymore though. Like
I'd like to propose a toast.
it's the middle of the wedding.
Because
It's not
I
the
was like,
after
I'll
party.
take your quiz. I'll try and win in lunch. I'm in the greater Salt Lake area.
No measure of time with you.
Like
be long
greater
enough.
Salt Lake area. Yeah.
That's a solid line. That's romantic as hell.
Forever.
And he delivered it well too.
Look, you know, say what
I
you
get
will
it.
about Stephanie Meyer. Like, there are certain things that like she gets, like what a loving dad looks like. Even though, like, you know, Charlie's
feel
had
like
his
them,
moments
Charlie
that we weren't
is the
proud
best
of him.
character,
Overall,
and
what a
he-
loving dad looks like. Like she gets
He's
that.
treated so
And
horribly,
when Bella
especially in
and
the
Edward
books.
get married, and you know these two films, as bonkers as the. I'm sorry. The plot, as bonkers as the plot is, like
man.
there's actually moments of love and support as a married couple. Like
I'm sorry I've been so angry.
I would be too.
I've left you alone in this.
once they're married, Edward's like a pretty decent husband. Like
No,
maybe
he's not. You guys are gonna retract
maybe it's
that
all
in a minute.
relative, but like I don't see here's what I think is dangerous is the idea that I am dating somebody who is abusive and controlling.
Well, I don't like the
and it's
book.
only going to get better.
As soon as we get married, he'll be married, Edward, and he'll be wonderful.
Because on the surface of it, I'm like, oh, Edward learned and he grew
I'm
and he got
glad
better. And now I'm like,
a licensed
I don't like that
therapist
idea.
is
Wait
also
a minute.
saying
As soon as we're married,
this. I'm not
all this
licensed,
stuff
but
kind
I've
of
been
goes
saying
away.
this.
It's not how it works.
But once again, like there's actual warmth here. There's actual humanity. There's things that like the source material doesn't deserve.
No.
And you could come into this movie blind and be like, okay, I kind of get why people are into this. This is actually, there's some beauty here. And it's like, no, you don't understand. It's like if you just see Tim
don't know where
Robbins
we came
standing
from.
there in the rain and you're like, oh, that's such a great shot. And you're
What
like,
a- what
you
a
realize
lovely
his mouth is
little
full
film.
of feces right now. That's what's going on for us. Yeah, it's a beautiful moment, but I just can't get that smell of the first three stories out of my nostrils.
I just want to go to Zihuatanejo.
I would love to go with you on a Shawshank
Nice.
journey,
3
but
movies,
today
3
we've got other
books.
business to attend to.
We've
So
got-
get busy living or get busy dying.
We've got more to crawl through.
Yes, we do.
I'm sorry.
No, Jacob showed up.
I'm just trying to appreciate your last night as a human.
Well, it's not my last night.
I thought you...
I'm gonna have sex as a human while he's a vampire. We're gonna see what happens.
Writhing in pain.
What's the point?
Bella should have just shut up. Why does she need to give
Don't
this
say it.
detail?
It's not like you're gonna have a real
I can only
honeymoon
figure it's
with me,
because
right?
she's a sensing type.
It's gonna be as
She
real
just
as anyone
can't
else's.
shut her
That's a
mouth.
sick joke. You are joking.
I mean, why does
It's her
Jacob
wedding,
need
dude.
to know
What,
it?
while you're still human? You can't
Why?
be serious, Bella. Tell me you're not that stupid.
Yay, Jay!
Hey, he's
No,
back.
You can't do this.
Oh, let me grab you and control
Listen
you.
to me, Bella. Let me go!
This is gonna be
Yeah,
really
that was
awkward
wrong
when
of
he's
him
her
to
son.
grab her, but
Are you out of your mind?
I mean,
You'll
everybody
kill
knows
her.
how Jake feels right now.
Walk away, Jake.
Enough, Jacob.
Stay out of this, Sam.
You're not going to start something that we'll have to finish.
She'll die.
It's not our concern anymore.
Nope.
She never
Not
was.
your concern.
Nope. None of us were ever concerned.
She was your concern in the part of book 2 when Edward ditched her.
They're gonna laugh about this at the family reunions, though.
Exactly.
go, Seth.
Hey, Nessie, remember that time I tried to tell your mom not to have sex with your dad? Also, I
Exactly.
call you Nessie.
Colin, people are probably missing us. Let's go back.
Nobody's missing you. They're all getting drunk.
You bunch of wet rags.
need to
No one cares if you're
Order
there.
the popcorn they talk
You
about.
ever go to a wedding and you're like, oh, there's a
Doritos,
bridegroom,
like,
whatever.
popcorn
Oh my
right
gosh,
now.
they have little cocktail weenies.
Yeah, I don't go for the bride and groom. It's like 20 seconds of, hey, congratulations. You don't want to talk to me because you guys want to not be here. I get it, too. I'm going to go eat. Thanks.
Hey, congratulations. Is that fondue? Everyone's in
Is that
there.
a chocolate fountain?
Seriously.
Stick my head in it.
Or the blood fountain or
Next
whatever
time
the
I
hell
do
it
a
is they got
reaction
there.
video,
I just think it's like,
I wanna
this
do it
is
with
so
popcorn.
Jake, though. He shows up and he's like, I'm happy for you, and it's actually
I'm going to
like-
do the right thing and be sweet until...
it's
love
actually like,
flavored
yeah,
popcorn.
it's like a nice moment. True to Jake's form, he's gonna take one step into doing the right thing and a hard left into being a
Yep.
dick. I mean, but he's not wrong.
Oh, no, he's not.
No,
Having
he's not.
sex
It's just his actions
With her
are wrong.
vampire husband is gonna be an
He needs
experiment
to chill out.
in near-death experience.
Which is definitely what you want to do with sex.
Which also makes me wonder what metaphor Stephanie Myers is
I
going
don't know
for.
what she's going for with that.
You know?
Is she going for a metaphor? Is she just repressed?
I refuse to psychoanalyze someone I don't
dude.
know, but it does raise questions. But
I love psychoanalyzing people I don't know.
yeah, well, you
Yeah.
can't have anything revoked for doing that.
True, you have a license.
I have a license that
I
I'd very
can't
much
get
like to
anything
keep.
revoked yet.
I'm barely professional.
I'll be the
Oh,
go-between
like, it makes me
between
sad.
them two because
Makes him sad, too.
I understand both of
And
their.
makes her sad, apparently.
But I don't have anything to get revoked
Because
yet.
everybody
but
knows this is a
it's also
terrible,
good
This is a
terrible
practice,
terrible idea.
Because once you get
At least
your
everyone in the film is
licensing, if you don't
semi-acknowledging it,
practice
except
it before
Alice,
you
who's
get your
chipper and
licensing,
perky and dumb all the
then
time,
you will
even though
screw
she
up
can
once
see
you
the
get your
future.
license.
Go on. I want to miss your plane. Wherever it's going.
Charlie doesn't know that she's basically almost saying
What did he
goodbye
say?
forever.
You're gonna miss your plane.
Like, you're so selfish.
Wherever it's going. He
Oh.
is Eeyoring his way through
If
this
you
movie.
have
Yeah.
a good
Which is
family,
in a very... I
Keep
appreciate
it.
it.
So Edward
Okay.
isn't telling her where she's going on her own honeymoon, which I guess could be romantic and surprising, but it's just a little too on the nose for Edward, who doesn't tell Bella about anything.
Anything ever.
So Bella, here's the deal. Now that you're my wife, you're just gonna go along with it, whatever I say. Kind of like when we were dating. I would
Yep.
make so much money in couples therapy. They would be my clients until I died because they'd keep
yeah.
going. And the Cullens got money.
Sure.
Sign me up for that program.
I want
I have
to
a new
watch.
goal in life, and that is to get these 3 seats with Jonathan, Kristen Stewart, and Robert Pattinson, and you giving them
I
in-character
wanna
therapy as
see
Bella
that.
and
I
Edward.
want to see
I'm here
that.
for it.
Oh,
I don't know if
man.
they would
I'm
both be
there
here
for
for
that.
it, but
Definitely
Oh,
not.
still there
They've
for
both
that.
moved
Do it.
very far on from these characters.
and good for them.
Oh, I
wish
loved
we
her
all could move
Spencer
on from
movie.
these
and
characters.
I
We
loved
are!
the
I'm
new
so
Batman
excited!
they
Let's
did.
do
We're
this!
getting
She did a good job as Diana.
Jasper, I had
Better
a
than
friend
I
who
thought.
made that face at me when I was driving away on my honeymoon, and it was you.
It was me. I was the one.
You were the one making that face like, go get him, Tiger.
I mean, it is odd that for 3 books or 3
Shouldn't
years
there be
now,
a sign on their car that said, just made worst decision of our
she
lives?
has been wanting to become a vampire. So why does she still
If you're
look so
driving away from your
guilty if
wedding
it's
and that
what
is your
she
face,
wants?
you did it
She
wrong.
shouldn't be guilty.
This was a huge mistake.
I've made a huge mistake.
Is this?
I mean, she's had
Wedding
3
night
years
jitters? Is this-
to
No, she
date
heard
Edward
a
and
wolf
think about
howling
it.
and she's like,
Oh, yeah.
Jake feel bad, me feel bad for Jake now. Dumb.
Jacob, I feel bad for him. I think they could have made a
Even
good
though he
couple.
literally just told me that I'm an idiot and that I'm stupid.
Don't have sex with your husband, you dumb.
I think it's
Yeah.
hilarious that he's howling. That's like, because you're supposed to be sitting in the audience going, Jake. And instead, I'm just like, what the hell am I even watching? Keep it coming.
Poor Jacob.
So, yeah, just
already
skip
starting
through
to
most of
look
that sex
sickly.
scene because
Like, you
kind of
can
pointless.
see.
And the result is
Like, the baby's already
bruised and
growing.
banged up, and
She's
he's
like,
sickly
I
knew
looking
it.
already.
I'm a terrible person.
The baby's growing like that fast, man.
Well, she was reminiscing about how much she enjoyed the night.
yeah.
And then he feels awful.
I mean, I
As
understand
he
why he
should.
feels
As he
awful
should.
and
And
he's
he
showing it
always
to
does.
her,
Just
but it
beat
is
the crap
still
out of
her
his wife.
choice. Like, if she doesn't know she's bruised and she's not feeling it, Don't keep
So what is the
pointing it out to
messaging
her.
that is supposed to be?
Because it was an accident. It's not, I'll give Edward this prop.
Who are you
it's
looking
not
at
like
right now?
he did it on purpose.
The universe.
He did talk to Carlisle and
I've
talk
never
about
seen
how
that
to be
face
gentle
before.
and everything and how to be
Stephanie?
gentle about it.
Oh man.
I mean,
What the
he made sure that he had her safety in mind. And that was an accident, okay, Edward?
I'm not.
She was like, I'm
If you're
sorry.
not
I'm
feeling
not.
it, not caring about it,
Fine.
Don't say you're fine.
then just smile and say, okay, babe.
I know whether or not you're fine.
No, you don't. Don't ruin
Hey.
this.
I've already ruined it.
And this is Edward reverting to
Why
type.
can't you see how
Five,
perfectly happy I am?
five. How are
It
you
was
today?
5 seconds ago.
So again, I don't understand the messaging or what we're supposed to be romanticizing. And I'm not saying I agree with this.
I don't.
But once again, she's saying, here are my likes and my dislikes.
I liked this.
And he's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, I know better
Yeah,
than you.
Yeah.
So again,
it's
I
really
take
he should
back.
not be
important
bruising
when
her.
He's
someone
not
tells
better
you
as a husband.
what
No.
you.
He's kind of better once she becomes a vampire.
when she becomes a vampire, she gains a lot more sort of autonomy, and he just like respects it.
Well, also, she could absolutely kick his
She can
ass.
crush him. Yeah. So you know.
Because she's a young
Doesn't hurt.
vampire,
I'm sort of pissed off,
whatever.
actually.
Yeah, you should
Good for
be.
you.
Agree with me.
I mean, you knew this was gonna be tricky, right? I think we did amazing. I mean, it was amazing for me.
If it was both amazing
what
for
you're
both
worried
of you,
Being with the popsicle.
But I didn't enjoy
Yes.
myself.
Dude, he's got super smoker teeth.
I know it's not the same for you.
maybe go a little bit easier next time. Be like, okay,
For a human,
that first time I
I
did
can't
bruise her
imagine
here
that
and
gets
there,
any better.
so
You don't
you
have
already
much
know
of an
how it
imagination.
feels. Like the first time
Or experience.
was always crazy for guys because they don't know how it's gonna feel and they don't know how to act and they don't know what.
Okay. So you're both in agreement.
You know, the first
My
time is always
existence.
crazy for. The first time having sex is always crazy. Because
I'm
nobody
deeply
knows how it's
uncomfortable
going
that I
to feel
dress like
or what's
Edward.
going to go on. And so, yeah.
I'm just
so now
realizing that he
you
and I
know
have the same wardrobe.
Listen,
what it feels like,
both very
what's going to
attractive
happen.
it's fine.
The second go around could be better.
No, he's not
maybe
really.
less
He's pulling his
bruises,
punches, though.
you
He's
know?
not really kissing her.
you're not gonna touch me again, are you?
Well, I just think it's so stupid that she wrote
Might
this
throw you
into her
into a
book. I
wah,
mean, this
wah.
is coming from
You
a
know it's not what I
Mormon.
mean.
Hey, we
Okay,
rip up
so
beds
once again,
and
though,
houses and bruise
Edward
people
just
and shit.
keeps following on this idea, this tract of. I know people read these stories and watch these movies, and it's like, oh, he protects her, and that's romantic. But like protection without consent or without someone asking you to protect them, or protecting them like
Yeah.
by doing the exact opposite of what they're asking you to do. Like I'm not going to beat the dead horse. If you've seen our other episodes, you already know what I'm about to say. But actually, good partnering, good husbanding is, oh, you're telling me what you're. I mean, these are love maps. You're telling me what you enjoy, what makes you happy, what makes, what satisfies you sexually. You're telling me all these things, and I'm willing and happy to do that because you're telling me what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Edward continues this
Unless it's
dumbass
like-
thing
Unless
of.
they're giving
That's not your
me
love map. Here's your love
some
map.
I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the
way out of control thing that you're just like, whoa.
I will say it's really pretty. Is that green screen? Are they there? I don't know. But I
Oh,
wanna
it's
go.
green screen out the doors, yeah.
But it's green screen with a real location that they then.
I'm
put.
sure they sent a second
That's
unit
sad
out there
that
that,
that's not a real
really
location.
suffered
It's
in
a
having to go
beautiful
film all
beach.
these beautiful beaches.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
Like, oh yeah, well, we got 6 minutes of footage. I guess we'll be here for another 4 days.
Because I wanted it to be real.
So she's coming out in lingerie. He's like, no.
Oh,
He is using
what
sex as
he
a
doesn't
weapon.
know because he didn't read the books.
The really messed up
Is
thing
Alex
is like.
I mean, he's not
packed her
using sex
bags,
as a weapon. He's just
and he
withholding.
she
They waited
only
for marriage,
packed
and
her
now that they're married,
lingerie.
she's
That's
literally
all
saying,
she has to
"Please."
wear on her
Like
honeymoon.
crying,
She didn't pack
please.
real clothes. Yeah, she shouldn't have to cry that hard and beg that hard. I mean, that's overdoing it. That's. I mean,
Wait,
you
why'd we
shouldn't
stop?
ever have to cry and
What
beg
happened
that
to the
hard.
clip? Roll the clip. It was.
For something you
I'm
both
just kidding.
want.
I just wanted to.
Jono got real thirsty there
I just
all of a
wanted to
sudden.
get really weird and see what you would do.
That's therapist,
But they're
you
hiking
know.
and they're playing chess and
Those
they're
thick
literally doing
details.
everything except for having sex until she begs him.
She begs him for
Okay,
sex.
we'll do a
Again,
video
what
with
is the
you
messaging?
And, you and
What is
Aurora
the
and everybody
romance?
in a minute.
I mean, we're trying to paint this picture
Hey.
of Edward that of like extreme
We'll do a
chivalry to
kid's
the point
video
where he
in a
won't
minute,
even have
okay? Let
sex
me
with her
finish
once
this
they're married.
video and we'll do a
It's,
kid's.
if you'll pardon the expression, it's overkill.
Oh yeah.
And it's
It is.
annoying. And frankly, if I were Robert Pattinson, I'd be like, what the hell is my motivation here? Like, why?
Why
am I saying no?
Just...
Why am I saying no to my wife?
I don't know
Hey,
if
David
he
Slade.
said no in the books or not. I
The
can't
script doesn't
remember
make sense.
The
Can
books.
you
Does
help?
anybody remember that
Nope.
in the books? Did
Cool.
he
I'm gonna
say
play this like a block of
no
wood.
as
Everybody
much
good with
in the
that?
books
You good
as
with
he
that?
did in
You good
the
with that?
movies?
Cool. Here we go.
Would you just get over it? It's not like you imprinted on her.
And that,
I want to
that
talk
was
to you
an argument
about
in the book with
imprinting.
Bella. Like, she's like,
Because
Jacob, I do
it's
like you. What happens
Yeah,
if
some
we
people are
get
just lucky.
married and then you imprint? You're going to divorce me?
Don't look
You're
at those
gonna
kids,
leave
Jake.
me?
None of them belong to
Because
themselves.
she already saw that happen.
Yes, Jacob.
With Sam.
You're correct.
He had to
Imprinting
divorce
is
his first
terrible.
wife and go
Thanks,
with the
Stephanie
girl he
Meyer.
The
imprinted
idea,
on.
it's like the zing in
And-
Hotel Transylvania,
and so-
right? Like, you see each other, your eyes do this thing, and then, like,
yeah,
that's
imprinting
it.
Right,
is the
yeah.
stupidest.
And you
lose
have no choice
free
over...
will
I mean,
choice,
the whole idea
everything,
that you
like-
would have no choice
Listen,
over who
guys,
you fall
this
for
is
or
exactly
who
why
you
it's
connect
stupid.
with is such a dangerous idea.
Look, you don't have complete control over your emotions. Sometimes you feel things that you don't want. Sometimes you feel things that you don't want about people that you don't want to. But you have some control over it. You
Yeah,
can
you-
remove
actions,
yourself
you
from the
have
situation,
control
but not
over
if you
your
imprint.
actions.
Because if you imprint, everything is decided
It
for you.
doesn't matter what
And
you
that's
feel in here.
romantic.
Again, what's the point? I'm reading this as a teenage girl, or as a grown woman, or, you know, whoever, or as a 40-year-old man.
I read it.
I know you did. But like,
Oh,
what is
I was
the?
forced to read
'cause,
them by
and here's, in
my
my
friends,
opinion,
my
I'm
in-laws,
not saying
my
all
sib-
stories
my
have to do
sister,
this.
everybody.
Some stories are just for entertainment, but
They kept calling me
like,
every day
there's a
saying,
clear aim for substance.
"Where are
here.
you at?" I'm like,
there's
"I'm
a
still
clear. I
on
mean, it's a
page
swing and a
40."
miss. It's like a
Still on
swing and a
page
miss where
40.
you throw your back out because you
And
swung
they're
so
like,
hard,
for
you missed
2
so
weeks
hard.
I did
And you
that.
drop the bat and you hit
And
the
they-
umpire
I
in
was
the
like,
face.
"Fine, I'll read it."
It's just a comedy of errors,
I'll read
is
it.
what happened.
But I'm watching this and I'm like,
And
we're
then I
aiming
got
for
to reading
substance.
it
We're
because
aiming
everybody
to
kept
make some sort of
calling me,
statement about
emailing
love.
me,
And I
and
know that I'm
instant
writing this for
messaging me.
teenage
Where you at? Where
girls
you at? Where you
or
at?
for adult women. Like, that's the target audience.
Sure.
Hetero teenage girls and adult women. And so it really begs the question, like if you read Jane Austen, you understand the themes she's playing at
Yep.
and the
From the
messaging that
moment
she's going for
I
is
read the
building to
first
something
chapter
beautiful.
of
I mean,
Jane
Jane
Austen.
Austen all the time has characters that start in terrible places and romances where people are total a-holes
He made a lot
and they
of
grow and
misjudgments.
mature and evolve and there's like an
Surprisingly
actual
for an
there's actual
INTJ,
meat there.
And
yeah,
some don't.
Which surprises me.
But they're not romanticized. They're looked at by the characters who grow and mature and whatever and go, that's sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it is.
And I'm
that
watching
long
this and I'm like,
letter he sent Elizabeth
what
is what
purpose
changes
is any
her.
of this supposed to serve? What message is it supposed to be serving?
Because she hated him up until
I
she
don't
read
know.
that letter.
I don't know. I don't know.
It baffles me.
We're a team.
And then
I find
she
myself looking
honestly
at the
thought she
space
lost her
around them
chance when
and
she
just
was at
enjoying
Pemberley
the
and she
set
thought he
design
wasn't
and-
there.
Yeah,
and he
I'm
happened
just
to
like-
be there.
I'm late.
And it kind of struck up their love again.
Okay, Bella telling Edward that she's pregnant 2 weeks into their marriage is
Ah.
literally the only time that Pattinson's Blake Stare acting style is like on point.
It absolutely
I know.
That is
it's
absolutely
amazing.
because my wife
love
did
it.
tell me like a month into our marriage that she was pregnant, and I did
You
exactly
did
that.
exactly that same thing.
Like,
Crazy that she's already feeling
Except for
it,
she's
like
apparently
2 weeks in.
growing a clone of Jango Fett that's like accelerated growth. And
Yeah, she's got the turbo monster baby.
look at his face. That is actually
It's so-
perfect acting.
It's so great.
What have I done?
That
I'm not
is the best
100%
acting
sure.
in the world.
What's wrong?
You just what? Alice, what did you see?
Here's Carlisle.
I don't know, I'm a little worried. Can vampires go into shock?
It's great.
Bravo! It's
Great.
actually great acting.
I know that it's impossible, but I think that I'm pregnant.
He's gonna die.
Carlisle, I swear, something just moved inside me.
And let me be Edward again.
Is this even possible?
Controlling.
Of course it is.
Took over the
What's
You're not gonna
situation.
believe her?
It's happening right now,
Put it on
dum-dum.
speaker.
Yeah, I will.
Tell her, say, can
I'm
I
not gonna
talk
believe
to
you. I need
Carlisle real
confirmation
quick?
from
I
somebody
need to
else.
talk to him too. And then there's the controlling. They don't.
I like
I
that she's
mean,
married to
look
Flash.
at the
That's
control
really
he's taking. He gets off the phone. He doesn't tell her anything.
making sure he's
He
still alive.
immediately packs them up.
Yeah, so even the
Honeymoon's
cleaning lady
over.
is like, this
Done.
marriage is a bad
This is a
idea.
bad idea.
He's gonna kill her.
Everyone around them. And I included this right here because this is how you get about 30 minutes of plot into 4.5 hours of movie. You just sit.
You slow-mo, you play your music.
On a face, doing nothing with twangly, spangly, terrible music.
I mean, how controlling was that of Edward to get off the phone, pack their shit, and be like, we're done. We're done. It's over. Honeymoon over. Like,
what am I thinking?
Discuss nothing.
I don't know.
Said,
Let's just let's just stay on this face longer.
We need to go home to Carlisle.
Stay here.
You know.
I actually cut. There's a full 40 seconds more of that.
Of her just like vacantly staring as the music plays?
Mm-hmm.
Rose, you want to help me out?
Oh, she's so
is this when Jake comes over to visit?
This is when Jake comes over. He's there.
Oh.
This is a tough
I gotta say, they did, makeup on her face, but they also
I
did
can't believe she put this
CG
in
makeup
books. This
to
was so difficult.
thin her down and make her look gaunt, and it's really good.
It's really effective.
It's really effective and well done.
Of course, he's her husband. Get over it, man.
Arby's did this.
What is it? He asks. It's your wife.
I can't see it
She's a fetus. This is about to get super pervy.
And I can't see Bella's future anymore.
If you read the books, you know where Allison and Rosalie are coming from.
Why haven't you done anything? Take it out of her.
This is none of your business, dog. Rose! All this fighting isn't
The
good
funny
for
thing
Bella.
is, she actually meant that
isn't
more
good
of like
for Bella.
a friendly.
Say the word, Alice.
Good boy.
Baby.
Yeah.
It's just a little baby.
Like,
No more like,
if
what's
you
up,
read the
dog?
books, you understand Rosalie
No.
at this point.
How's it?
It's not his decision. It's
Jake
not
and
anyone's.
Edward call the baby
Jacob, I need
it.
to talk to you.
Yeah.
I mean, she
Like,
was supposed to get married and
Way to
have
reveal
babies.
your character, guys.
And
Once
married
again,
to a rich
well, anything
guy
to
and have
protect
a
Bella,
good life
except for the baby that she loves. We're just gonna
until
call
just
it.
before the
I was
wedding
named
night
Destroyer.
when she was.
You have a connection with
Bad
her
things happened to
that I'll
her.
never understand. Maybe
And
you
it
could
was all
talk to
ripped
her,
away from her.
change her mind. You could keep her alive.
And if I can't?
If she dies, you get what you always wanted,
7 minutes in heaven with Mr. Sparkle.
to kill me.
Because, of course, he's going to be
I was
suicidal
confused
if
about what he
Bella
always
dies.
wanted.
Yeah, it's
Once
it's
again.
different. That look was
The
also
suicide
confused
is
about
the
what he
answer.
wanted.
So he's like, I need you to do something for me.
I need you to talk my wife, whom you are in love with, out of having the baby that she wants to have. Bring
Here's
her
what
up
this
You're
there.
is.
going to imprint on.
I want you to convince my wife to have an abortion.
Yeah.
That's what this is. Even though she wants the baby.
Yep.
And I'm her husband, and I can't convince her, but maybe you can. And this is swoon-worthy?
Greatest romantic story of our time.
Oh
Apparently,
my gosh.
I'm just eating my
it's what
popcorn
every
at this
woman
point.
wants.
It's sad
Like
for
her
our
just happy about
husband
it.
What
about
popcorn do you have today?
having a baby.
Watermelon?
Why watermelon? What does
Yes,
that do with it?
I want to try
'cause it's
watermelon.
bright
I
colored
wish I
and
could
happy?
reach through the screen
Yeah, it tastes
right
really good.
now. Give
And
me
I just
that
want to be
watermelon.
bright colored and
Holy
happy
crap.
instead of pounded
Please
into the
give it to me.
I've got cinnamon roll
I'm gonna
because it's
go
delicious
buy
and it's
those.
the closest thing I can eat
Pay's
to a
coming
Cinnabon
up.
without my
Give
hands
me the
sticking
code.
together.
Give me the
I don't
code.
care about the health implications of Cinnabon. My hands get stuck together.
Jake, I can do this. I'm strong enough.
All evidence to the contrary.
You can spout that crap to your bloodsucker, but you don't fool me. I can see what that thing's doing to you. It's a killer, Bella.
You're
He
wrong.
wants blood.
And when you die,
I think it's
What was
nasty
the
when
point?
she starts drinking human
of
blood.
me loving you,
That's
you
just
loving him.
so nasty.
How is that right for anyone?
It wasn't. You've accurately diagnosed the Twilight series. Thank you. There's no point.
Yeah, him loving her, her loving
Jake
the
feels
triangle.
about how you felt at this point reading the books.
What's the point? I don't know. Why isn't this over?
We have to protect the tribe. What they've bred won't be able to control its thirst. Every human will be in danger.
So, listen.
Oh, everybody in this whole.
They've been telepathic the whole time, but we've never heard them talk.
Yes, they
Before
have.
it's born.
Why haven't we heard them talk?
It's told in book one.
Or, why are we hearing them talk now? Oh, it's because they have to deliver exposition so that we understand what the hell is going on in the story.
Not! I am the grandson of Ephraim Black. I am the grandson of a
It's so
chief.
weird how they make Jacob right now look so
born
much
to follow you or anyone else.
Right now, Jacob's about to run off, and look how tiny he looks.
But I'm out of here because I don't want to die.
Like, they made him look like he grew large and large.
So,
then we never hear them talk again, even though they're clearly talking to each other, like in the final fight scene and other times when they're all wolfified.
it's just so cheesy. Like, it's like I've seen people comment on YouTube, like how they think this is so badass.
Look, the idea of
badass?
werewolves that
I
can
don't think it's
telepathically
badass.
talk to each other in wolf form
Or
is
in a way
badass.
that wolf-
Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah.
Please give me more of it, but make the voices not sound stupid.
Yeah.
And that's going to be tough with Taylor Lautner's voice. I'm sorry, he just doesn't sound commanding.
It takes something that's kind of cool
like...
and turns it really silly.
It's just a bad execution of it.
And I think it would be way cooler if they did the same thing and they just did wolf growls with subtitles. But
can
we're
do
not
that for sure.
But we're not counting on our viewers to read. Which I think is
stupid because they obviously read the books.
Yeah, or at least a lot
They can
did.
read.
The voiceover.
Well, they would also have to be saying completely different things because this is dumb.
Oh, I cannot take this seriously.
It's real tough. It's real tough. It's example number 4,373 of what the what the actual Twilight?
I am pained.
Twilight.
I'm pained that this even exists. I am pained that it was popular. I am pained for the people who modeled their relationships after it.
I'm pained for the visual effects artists who worked so long and so hard to make all these wolves look pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And the animators who did a great job animating. Like, the rendering and whatever else, if you're into visual effects, you understand, like, animating is doing all the movements. That's fantastic with all of these animals.
Mm-hmm.
The rendering is, once you've done all the movements, you have to actually make the computer turn it into fur and light hitting the fur and all of that stuff. Most of that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Some of it kind of falls down a little bit.
Yeah.
But the animation is freaking great. These people put so much time and effort into this, and they got into movies because they wanted to tell amazing stories and use visual effects to, like, get people excited or scared or feel something, and they're doing talking wolf bullshit.
I'd like to have a moment of silence for the heroes whose sacrifice was in vain. What the hell was that?
Pouring one out for the homies.
Toss a coin for your Witcher? I don't know.
Next episode, Cinema Therapy's conclusion of the Twilight Saga.
This is the most bonkers, hilarious crap I've ever seen.
It's so dumb.
It was the most traumatizing thing I've ever seen in a PG-13 movie.
Oh, what are we gonna do with the next one? Like, we can have fun now?
No.
We've earned it.
Shit. Yep, Michael Sheen, right there. Making it all funny. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction video, and these guys are great. Watch them.
Previously,
you know.
on
And like I said, I think he'd make a great counselor and everything. Like I said, I'm not a counselor. I'm just someone here to talk to, tell your story to. Like I said, I want to get your story out there like I got my story out there. I know I'm not alone in this world in my story. I want to hear your story and tell your story. And, you know, just, like I said, just try and be the best, happy, healthy personality types we can be. And raise your kids to be happy and healthy personality types.